What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Armory. Sorry we've been away for a little bit. We've just been dealing with some issues with YouTube with some of our videos, but we're back now into it, hoping to get more consistent with you guys and bring you guys some good videos. But today we're taking a look at a 308 rifle. It's been getting a lot of attention, especially for shooters looking to get into the AR-10 platform without spending a fortune. So this is going to be the Palmetto State Armory G3-10, also known as the PSA Gen 3 platform. So it's going to be an AR-10 styled rifle. This rifle promises 308 power, AR style ergonomics, and a price point that's usually much lower than most AR-10 rifles. So what we're going to cover today is build quality, different features of the rifle, what you can expect on the range, some pros and cons, and then whether it's actually worth buying. So let's get into it. The PSA G3-10 is going to be their Gen 3 large frame AR platform chambered in 308 Winchester. So a couple key specs. The caliber is obviously going to be that 308. It's common with an AR-10. Moving on to our barrel length. Our barrel length is going to be about 18 to 20 inches depending on the configuration that you choose. It is going to be that free floating barrel, which is going to provide a lot more accuracy with it. Your capacity is going to be a 20 round magazine that sits right in our magazine well, similar to most AR platforms. The weight's going to be around 8.5 pounds, so a little heavy, but that's pretty typical of an AR-10 in a higher caliber round. Again, that platform is going to be that AR-10 LR308 style rifle. So PSA built this rifle to compete with much more expensive AR-10s while still offering solid performance. The Gen 3 versions also include several upgrades like improved reliability, an adjustable gas system on some models, and a free float M-lock handguards. It's also got a two-stage trigger on certain configurations, not this one right here. So what are my first impressions? Picking up the rifle. The first thing you're going to notice, it feels very similar to an AR-15, just a little scaled up for a 308. Controls are exactly where you'd expect them. You're going to have your safety and fire switch right here. Your magazine release, if we turn it on, right there. And then your charging handle right here, very similar to what you're going to find on any AR-15 or AR-10 version. So the receivers, moving back up here, are made from forged 7075 T6 aluminum with a hard coat anodizing, which is the same type of material used in many mil-spec rifles. This free float M-lock rail also gives you plenty of space for accessories if you want to put bipods on the bottom, if you want to put lights, foregrips, or even night vision setup. So overall, for the price point, the build quality is actually pretty impressive for what you get. For the trigger, obviously depending on the configuration you get, many of these PSA G3-10 rifles come with a two-stage nickel boron trigger. So it means a lighter take up, you get a defined wall as you're squeezing the trigger, and a cleaner break than a standard mil-spec trigger. It's not a match trigger by any means, but for a factory rifle, it's pretty usable for both range work and hunting. You can always change out the trigger if need be. So let's talk about what matters most, how it's going to actually perform. So with that 308 caliber round, you're getting a cartridge capable of longer range shooting, different hunting applications depending if you're going to take bigger game or what game you're going after, and serious energy compared to a standard AR-10 5.56 or AR-15 5.56 rifle. Your recoil is definitely going to be more noticeable than AR-15 with it being a heavier caliber, but the rifle's 8.5 weight makes it pretty manageable. Accuracy wise, these rifles are commonly capable of around 1 to 2 MOA depending on ammo and the shooter, and obviously whatever optic you got on top. So there's more than enough for steel shooting, hunting, or stretching things out a few hundred yards. And really, reliability is where PSA has improved the most with these Gen 3 rifles. The upgraded gas systems you can put in here and stronger extractor springs help ensure more consistent cycling with that 308 ammunition. So going into the pros, there are a few major reasons why this PSA G3-10 has become so popular. So the price. This is probably one of the most affordable ways to get into an AR-10 platform. Many competing rifles are going to cost hundreds of dollars more. That 308 compatibility you're getting a rifle capable of, again, the hunting, long range shooting. You could use it for defensive use as well, on that familiar AR platform that's going to be easily customizable. And as we talk into the customization of it, because it follows that easy AR design, you can easily customize it with different optics you want. If you want a holographic optic for more defense, if you want a hunting rifle on here, or something you're going to use for longer range shooting. You can also upgrade the trigger with whatever trigger you want, whether it's a performance trigger or whatever. Your handguard, again, it's going to be that M-LOK handguard. You can put handguards on here, different attachments, lasers, flashlights, whatever it may be. You can also change the stock if you wanted. Now, it does come with this adjustable stock straight out of the factory, but this is something you can always change as well. Now, there are going to be a few downsides. Again, the weight, it's just over 8 pounds, which is not super lightweight, especially once you add your optic up top, different accessories that you want on the rail. It's going to be a lot heavier. And then, unlike AR-15s, AR-10 platforms aren't fully standardized across manufacturers, so some parts compatibility may vary between brands, especially if you're going to upgrade the trigger, anything, the trigger housing, stock, anything like that. All of your accessories will still work since it follows the M-LOK right here. And again, while the rifle performs very well, the fit and finish may not match higher end rifles that cost 2 or 3 times more. So who is this rifle really going to be for? So this PSA G3-10 is going to be a great option for shooters wanting their first AR-10, hunters needing a 308 semi-auto rifle. I use 308 when I go hunting. I'm kind of interested in here. I've always used a bolt action for hunting, but using a semi-auto would probably get the job done too. More budget-minded shooters who still want a higher caliber gun. Anyone who wants a longer range capable rifle without spending $2,000 plus. So for the price, you're getting a lot of rifle for the money. So overall, the PSA G3-10 is a solid entry into the AR-10 world. Is it the most refined 308 rifle out there? No, but if you want a super fancy 308 rifle, you're going to be spending 2-3 times the price. So again, for that price point, however, it offers great reliability, solid accuracy, plenty of customization options. So if you're looking for a budget-friendly 308 AR platform, this PSA G3-10 is definitely worth considering. And real quick before we let you go, we'll teach you how to break it down just for your basic cleaning. So what you're going to want to do, we'll flip it around for you. So as we can see, we have our back and our front pin right here. So always going to want to take that back pin out first. Sorry, I got to use a little tool here. And sometimes this back pin can get a little stuck. So what you can do is just grab something to push in this little hole right here, and it'll push right out. So as we're going to do, we're going to take that back pin all the way out as far as it goes. And I forgot that we have the chamber flag in. So what we'll do, we'll lock it back to the rear like so. Take our chamber flag out. Again, make sure it's safe. See, there's nothing in the chamber right there. No magazine inserter at all, so it's safe. What we'll do is we'll send the bolt home, and now we'll be able to take it apart. I call it shotgun style like this. So here, grab our charging handle, and our bolt will come out. Now you'll see it's a much bigger bolt, again, for that 308 round. Set that aside. Take our charging handle out, and then what you can do is you'll just take that first pin out, and you'll take the upper part of the firearm away from the lower. So we'll do that for you real quick. Again, it's kind of tricky right here, so sometimes what I'll do, especially for this, I'll just grab a pen, poke at it. You'll hear that little click like that, and it gives you a little gap to take off. Then our upper takes apart from the lower, perfect for cleaning. Especially when you do buy it brand new, I highly recommend cleaning it. So to put it back together, I usually like to do it the same way I took it apart. So I'll hold it together, kind of have to play with it, but that front pin will go forward, grab it that shotgun style. We're going to insert our charging handle. As you do it, you want to insert it. You'll see those 2 little notches right there. You're gonna put it in, push up on it, and eventually you'll find that little hole and it'll come into the position it's supposed to be in. Take our bolt here. Take our bolt. send it all the way home, close it up. Again, sometimes you gotta wiggle it a little bit, and there we go. Simple, easy breakdown. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more firearm reviews and gear content. Make sure that you check out our website too, and thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.